So what's up? Hello everyone. Hope all of you doing well. So we're going to see another important standard in our series of discussion. This is like a batsman who comes in a middle overs in IPL because it really contributes to 5 to 10 marks in every alternate attempt. So do watch out and do make use of it. Let's quickly check out the key things that you must know. So, what exactly is biological asset? A biological asset can be a living animal or a plant. So that's typically what is meant by biological asset. And which are standards this won't apply? That is, in case 41 won't apply, or agricultural activity over land and bearer plants. Bearer plants, a bearer plant is a living plant that is used in production or supply of agriculture produce, and it is not likely to be sold as agricultural produce. அதனாலதான் bearer plant is excluded from Ind AS 41, but it is covered under Ind AS 16. And government grants, intangibles, typically all other Ind AS which are covered under respective standards won't get covered under Ind AS 41. So let's quickly check out a couple of questions. With that, you'll be fully ready for the exam, and if possible, invest 45 more minutes on other questions also. So maximum 1 hour Ind AS 41 will be in your pocket. So XYZ Limited on 1st December 2023 purchased 100 sheep from market for 5 lakhs. Transaction cost is 2%, and it is paid by seller. You will understand the paid by seller and the reason in the next question. That's why I include both the questions. Sheep's fair value increased from 5 lakhs to 6 lakhs on 31st March 2024. Transaction cost of 2% would have to be incurred by the seller to get the sheep to the relevant market. Determine the fair value on the date of purchase and the reporting date, and pass necessary journal entries. So hope you got the question. This is the question. Let's quickly see. Sheep is a biological asset. I would recommend you to write this. Sheep is a biological asset as defined under Ind AS 41. So Ind AS 41 agriculture will apply. If you write this, it will give to the impression to the examiner that the candidate has understood the provisions and is solving it rather than merely reproducing it. These are the ways to create impression in the examiner's minds. So what we have to do is on the date of purchase. So first of all, 4,90,000. Now how 4,90,000 is given? 5 lakh into 2% is 10,000. So 5 lakh minus 10,000 will give me 4,90,000, and the 10,000 will be recognized in P&L. What is the entry? Loss on initial recognition. It will be recognized in P&L. And totally how much incurring? 5 lakhs. So fair value, that is cost to sell on date of purchase, would be the fair value of biological asset. Fair value minus cost to sell, that is the biological asset value. So that is nothing but that we just computed 5 lakhs minus 10,000. On what is the question requirement? Again on the reporting date. So on 31st March, sheep would be measured as 5,88,000. So the 98,000, that is the difference between 5,88,000. How you got the 5,88,000? It's very careful. You need to reduce the transaction cost on both the occasions, both buy as well as sell. So the sheep fair value increased from 5 lakh to 6 lakhs. So 6 lakhs into 2% is 12,000. So 6 lakhs minus 12,000 will be 5,88,000. So now the gain, that is the difference between 5,88,000 minus 4,90,000 we just arrived, that is the difference between sale value and the purchase value. So at the end of reporting period, biological asset to gain, that is the change in fair value, 98,000 will be recognized as a gain in OCI. I beg your pardon, P&L. Hope you got this right. So the first of all, the two entries totally. Let's quickly summarize it. Biological asset, loss on initial recognition to bank. So next one is the first. Quickly you need to bridge, like I told, sheep. So Ind AS 41 applies. Then do both the computations. Then the gain, it will be recognized in P&L. Be very careful. For example, Ind AS 19, etc. Those actual valuation gains only are recognized in OCI. This all gain should be recognized in P&L. So let's quickly check out what is the other question. On 1st November 2021, C Agro Limited purchased 100 goats of special breed from a market for rupees 10 lakhs. with a transaction cost of 2%. Gold's fair value decreased from 10 lakhs to 9 lakhs as on 31st March 2022. In the previous case, it was increased from 5 lakhs to 6 lakhs. Here decreased from 10 lakhs to 9 lakhs. Determine the fair value of date of purchase as on financial year under both the cases. What are the cases? The transaction cost is borne by the seller and the transaction cost are incurred by seller and buyer both, and past journal entries under both the circumstances. So let's quickly see what you have to do. So regardless of, as per para 12 of Ind-AS 41, regardless of whoever bears the transaction cost, the biological asset should be measured at fair value minus cost to sell. So that is, in this case, 10 lakh minus 2% of 10 lakhs is 9 lakh 80,000. So the gold should be measured at 9 lakh 80,000 only. So the entry which we saw in the previous question, same here also, biological asset, loss and purchase of biological asset to bank. So 9 lakh 80, 20,000 and 10 lakhs. So this is the first one. When transaction costs are borne by both, very important, it is 10 lakh 20 and not 9 lakh 60. Very careful. These are the mistakes you might tend to make unless and until you don't have the conceptual control. So biological asset, loss and purchase biological asset to bank, it is 40,000, 9 lakh 80 and 10 lakh 20,000, because in this case is both borne by both. So lastly, as on 31st March 2022, loss and fair value of biological asset 98,000 to biological asset 98,000. How the 9 lakh 98,000, how the amount 98,000 is arrived? It is 9 lakh 80,000 minus 9 lakh minus 18,000. Why that minus 18,000? Because it is given in the question, transaction cost is 2%. So 9 lakhs and 2% will give 18,000. So that will be 9 lakh 80,000 minus 9 lakh minus 18,000 is, if you do that, you will get as 98,000. Ideally, I would recommend, once you get the question paper between that 145 to 2, quickly write down this 9 lakh and 2% is how much. Whatever, write it, for example, 8 lakh 82,000. Write in the question paper itself, so that you don't miss out when making the computation. Because what many candidates do is, at the time of purchase they will deduct this 2%, but at the time of sales they will miss out on this. So what they intend doing is 9 lakh 80,000 minus 9 lakhs. So they lose. So honestly, 1 or 2 marks will be lost here. I hope you found this discussion very useful. Do make use of it. If you understood whatever we discussed, it has got a lot of application of Ind-AS 109. So immediately parallelly recap whatever we covered is Ind-AS 109 also. It will be very useful. So best wishes and have a fantastic time ahead.